Hello, I'm Cassie Knoll. This week on Suncoast FYI, Culver's fast food, a breast cancer survivor's story, Richard's Foodporium, and a travel blog that may be your ticket to ride. All next on Suncoast FYI. Thanks for joining us today on Suncoast FYI. Culver's is a Midwestern fast food chain specializing in frozen custard and signature burgers. Here to tell us more are Jenny Craig and Laura Hobart. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
It's good to have you guys here today, and I always love talking about food, so this is going to be fantastic. So tell me a little bit about Culver's, where it started from.
Well, Culver started in 1984 in a small Midwest town, Sauk City, Wisconsin. Mm-hmm. And now we're one of the fastest growing chains with over 550 stores.
Wow, yeah. And a lot of those I know are starting to grow here in Florida, including yours here on the Sun Coast.
Exactly, over 19 stores in Florida already.
Oh my goodness.
Rapidly growing still.
And you guys have really good food. I have to say, being a Florida person, some of the things that you have there aren't things necessarily that we have at a lot of our restaurants. One, I have to bring up cheese curds. Tell me a little bit about cheese curds and why we have to call them curds.
Sure, so cheese curds are delicious. At Culver's, they are battered and deep fried, and it's Wisconsin white and yellow cheddar. They're a great side addition.
Why do we call them curds?
So it's the curd that separates from the whey and the cheese.
So it's like what floats on the top?
It is what floats on the top.
Okay, well it tastes good. The word curd is like questionable to me, but you explained it kind of like our boiled peanuts in Florida.
I did. So in Wisconsin, you find cheese curds wherever you'd find boiled peanuts in Florida.
Just on the side of the road and at grocery stores and gas stations, people just have cheese curds?
Mm-hmm. They're really popular. And they're delicious.
It's very interesting. I've never been to the Midwest, so that's a completely foreign concept, but you can try them at Culver's if you go there. So we also know what a cheeseburger is, but tell me about your Butterburger.
Well, a Butterburger is the top bun is lightly buttered and toasted, and it's 100% beef. And the cuts of beef are?
The sirloin, the chuck, and the plate. So there's no fillers, no additives. We grind it up, and it makes our signature 80-20 combination for Butterburgers.
That sounds really delicious. Now, I know a lot of people talk about Butterburgers, and they actually think that there's like butter bits in the burger, and that's not true.
That's not true. It's just the bun.
Okay, or they're not dipped in butter either.
No,
they're not dipped in butter.
Absolutely not.
But they taste just as good as if they were.
And it's always made to order as well.
Okay, that's good too, knowing that they're not just kind of pre-made and sitting there in the warmer waiting for people there. So also tell me about your fresh frozen custard. How is that different than ice cream?
It is creamier than ice cream, and it's made with egg yolks, more cream, and there's less air in it. We make it fresh throughout the day in small batches. We only hold it for 2 hours.
Oh, that sounds like a really short lifespan on that. Wow, and so if it doesn't have as much air, does that make it like thicker, denser?
It's thicker and it's creamier. We hold it at a higher temperature so it doesn't freeze your taste buds.
Oh, okay.
So at Culver's, we say it pleases your tongue instead of freezes your tongue.
Oh, that's cute. That's another good reason, I guess, to try some custard. And also, you guys have some limited time options that guests won't want to miss out on. So tell me a little bit about those.
Well, right now we have our sweet potato fries going on, and then we also have our pepper grinder burger, and it is a supper club bun or an everything bun, and it has a 4-pepper blend mayo, and then 2 cheeses. Yes, our cheeses are melted on our cheddar cheese and Swiss cheese, and that's real cheese as well with our bacon.
Of course, it has to be coming from Wisconsin. Yes. Wow, that sounds amazing. And I know you guys also have some fall kind of creations going too. You want to tell me about those?
Sure. For our dessert lineup, which is, can't go to Culver's without having dessert, we have all of our pumpkin favorites. So we have a pumpkin concrete mixer, a pumpkin spice shake, and then a pumpkin pecan mixer. So it's vanilla custard blended with pumpkin puree with all the fall flavors, nutmeg and cinnamon, and then we top it with toasted pecans.
Again, sounds absolutely, my stomach is growling through this whole interview. So you said a concrete mixer? What is that?
Mixer. So it is our fresh frozen custard, and then we blend it with your choice of any toppings. We have over 30 in the restaurant, and they're thick, and you eat it with a spoon.
Hence the concrete
part.
Yes. Okay. Nice. This sounds so good right now. So what else is on the menu besides your Butterburgers and your custard? Because those are the favorite things we've been talking about.
Well, some of our other menu items are we have like our grilled and crispy chicken sandwiches. Our grilled chicken is antibiotic free as well, as all our chicken products are. And that comes with pickles, lettuce, tomato on our hoagie roll. And then the same thing on our crispy chicken, just on our hamburger bun. But again, everything's made to order. So when they come in and they order that, pair that with the cheese curds and one of those pumpkin shakes, and it makes for a great meal.
Sounds delicious. I think I'll be getting one as soon as the show's over. So tell me, where can people go for more information?
They can go to culvers.com.
And you guys are located on Tamiami Trail, specifically, right?
And there's a second location on University Parkway.
Okay, so people go through the website and they can find your locations to find all the information.
We have a Culver's app also. So
Oh, really?
you can download the app, look for your locations. It'll show our flavor list. We have special events in the restaurant if we're doing a community share night or a family night at Culver's, or any deals or specials. And they can also bookmark their favorite flavors and get a notification to their phone. So if they see turtle and they're like, oh, that's my favorite,
They'll know where to get
they'll
it.
know where to get it.
That's awesome. Well, thank you very much for coming on the show today, ladies.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And coming up next on Suncoast FYI, a psychologist shares her new book about breast cancer. So stay tuned. Welcome back to Suncoast FYI. I'm Cassie Knoll. Dr. Melissa Bailey is a breast cancer survivor and joins me now to share her story about how she went through pink hell and came out stronger on the other side. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much for having me.
I'm honored to have you here today, and congratulations on surviving.
Thank you.
By the way. So tell me a little bit about your journey through breast cancer.
Well, it was extremely difficult. So one of the things that I ended up having a very rare form of cancer, so it was even more intense. So basically, since I was only 39 when they found it, they threw the kitchen sink at me. So I had chemo.
Goodness.
Luckily, I didn't have to have radiation. So
Wow, because I would say you seem very young to be having to deal with something like this.
yeah, I was pretty young when I was diagnosed. So that's one of the reasons why it was such an intensive treatment protocol for when I went through it.
Okay, so as you were going through this, you nicknamed the journey Pink Hell. So tell me a little bit about where you came up with that name and how that inspired you to write your book.
Well, when you get cancer, a lot of people want to know what's going on, and you don't feel like calling everyone back or texting, telling your story over and over again. So I actually had set up a private blog. And one of the things when you start the breast cancer journey is that everything is pink. I mean, you walk in, you get a mammogram, you get a pink robe, everyth's pink, there's pink ribbons everywhere, and it's like, enough of this, because really it's a very devastating kind of thing, and they kind of paint it up using pink. So yeah, pink hell is appropriate.
Everything is pink
yeah,
around
exactly.
you.
Just
And you also, what was your goal when you put these thoughts on paper for your book?
well, initially it was just to have to let my family and friends know what was going on, so I didn't have to repeat myself. And then it kind of became therapeutic for me. And since I have kind of a sarcastic sense of humor, it was also nice to kind of observe kind of the different things that you wouldn't necessarily, notice.
Like describing the pink, everything is pink hell.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, I read in a description that you have a Seinfeld style of sense of humor. And being a
right.
psychologist, though, did you look at it differently than you think other breast cancer patients do?
I think what happened as soon as I found out that I had it, I really went into scientist mode, because I really started to research and I looked everything up. So I think that I probably was a lot more aggressive in terms of looking at research, making sure I knew exactly what was going on, exactly what protocols they were going to use. So I kind of really got academic about it. And I think that instead of panicking, the panic came later.
Yeah. Instead of looking at it emotionally, you were looking at it scientifically as you were
Exactly.
going through. So did it hit you emotionally after?
It did. I think it really hit me. It hits you emotionally as you're going. I got some second opinions, and some of the people were not as nice about it. I mean, I actually had one person in University of Arizona tell me that, well, if it goes to your lungs, you're going to be toast. I'm like, really? Did you just say that to me? So, I mean, everybody has a different bedside manner, so you really have to kind of, be your own best advocate for health.
Wow. And you put all of that in this book.
I did. I did.
So if somebody, maybe a breast cancer survivor, someone who's going through it right now, wants to check out your book here, where can they go for more information about
Actually, you can go to my website, drmelissabailey.com, or actually it's on Amazon, both in print and as a Kindle book.
Oh, very cool.
So.
That's awesome. Well, thank you very much for coming on the show today and sharing your story with us. And again, congratulations on beating it. You're completely cancer-free today, right?
I am.
Well, congratulations. And again, thanks for being here today.
All right, thanks for having me.
And coming up next on Suncoast FYI, Richard's Foodporium, so stay tuned. Welcome back to Suncoast FYI. I'm Cassie Knoll. Richard's Foodporium is an independently owned natural food store here on the Suncoast. And here to tell us more about it are Dava O'Donnell and John Rohr. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much.
It's good to have both of you back here. And it's been a little while. You guys actually came at the beginning of August, and I know some things have changed since then. So tell me, what's new at Richard's?
We did open the store in Northport, and we did recently move our Venice Island store to a new location about half a mile down the road.
Oh, very nice.
Yep.
And I'm guessing that's more convenient for your customers.
Yes.
We also combined two stores that were very close to each other.
Oh, okay. That's awesome. Kind of made a superstore out of it. Everybody can go there. All right, so tell me, you guys have a Customer Appreciation Expo coming up. Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, this is huge. This is an annual event for us, and the idea originally came, I wanted to create a day of thanks for not only our consumers, but our vendors and suppliers. And originally we were going to do it in our warehouse, but I quickly realized this is probably going to outgrow us and our ability to park, et cetera. And so I went to Robarts, and the idea just mushroomed from there, and I decided I wanted to create kind of an expo feel, kind of a small trade show feel.
Yeah.
And to my knowledge, we were the first and only retailer in the country to do our own trade show.
Wow.
And consumers have just loved it.
Yeah, because you guys provide unique items that maybe other places don't carry. You're called a Foodporium. I mean, that's unique enough, right? So where did the vision come from, and what was the intended purpose of it? Just to give thanks to all your customers and provide?
Yeah, largely I wanted a day of appreciation, and I wanted to connect more with the community. And we do have a charity that we sponsor at each annual event, and I would like to see it grow and afford even greater opportunities in the future events for the community to participate, nonprofits especially.
That's a neat idea.
This year, the charity is the Friendship Centers, and the show is free to get into, but we're asking for donations of personal care items for the Friendship Centers, so deodorants, toothbrushes, toothpaste, etc.
All right, so now we're talking about this Foodporium, or Expo, I mean, this weekend, and we're getting people excited about it. Tell me again, it's at Robarts Arena, and it's actually on Saturday.
Saturday, 10 to 5, and free to the public. There will be all kinds of ancillary activities, from yoga, tai chi. There'll be nonprofits. We have, I think, 92 booths. A lot of suppliers who will be handing out samples and demonstrations. And so come, it's lots of fun, and you can walk away with a bag of goodies.
I was going to say 92 booths. That's a lot of people.
That's a big deal.
Goodness gracious.
Thousands of people show up.
We had 3,000 last year. We're expecting about 4,000 people this year.
Wow.
We actually have some local companies doing some cooking demonstrations. We have a lifestyle brand, Bliss Entourage. We have White Picket Produce is doing a cooking demonstration, and Sift Bakehouse.
Wow. And the weather's going to be perfect for your expo this week. I'm just going to go ahead and let you know that. So it's going to be great. Even more of a reason for you to go check this out. So how does this impact the local community?
Brings people together, gives them an opportunity to see, taste, feel new products, experiment a little bit, talk to the vendors, be educated, but it also gives them an opportunity to give back to nonprofits in the community. We have several local businesses there. So as it grows, we want it to connect more and more with the community.
This sounds like a fantastic event. Again, tomorrow, or it is tomorrow, at Robarts Arena from 10 to
5.
10 to 5.
10 to 5.
All right. So if people want more information, where can they go for that?
I have, it is on our website, but if you find us on Facebook, I created a Facebook invitation, and I've been putting out all the information there. I've been highlighting some of the vendors, some things that they can find there. So I would say that's the best place to find information right now.
All right, and your website is also richardsfoodporium.com.
Correct.
All right.
Very good.
Thank you very much.
so much
Thanks
for
for
the
having us.
opportunity.
And best of luck at your event as
Thank
well.
you.
And stay tuned to Suncoast FYI. Coming up next, one of our own S&N employees takes on the world with her travel blog, My Ticket to Ride. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Suncoast FYI. I'm Cassie Knoll. You may recognize one of our next guests, and she's off on some great adventures. Check it out.
Hi, I'm S&N's Azure O'Neill, and in 3 weeks, I'll be going from this to this.
In the past 2 years, I've ridden over 38,000 miles with my partner Rule from Holland. We've been from coast to coast of North America, all the way up to Prudhoe Bay, Alaska, and then down through Central America. It's been beautiful, but not all about sunshine and butterflies. We work along the way to fund our journey around the world and paused our ride from north to south for a detour to Sarasota, Florida. Now we invite you to join our journey as we ride from Colombia to the southernmost point of Argentina, the fabled windblown wilds of Tierra del Fuego. Follow our travels on mytickettoride.com and tune into SNN for updates on our adventure. Let My Ticket to Ride become yours.
And I hope you enjoyed that, and I'm very excited now to get to interview Miss Azure O'Neill and her boyfriend. I'm going to let him say his name because he says it better than I do.
Roel.
Roel, and how do you say your last name?
Bremmers.
See, I'm not even going to try to say it quite as nicely as he just did there. All right, so you guys have this wonderful blog, this website, My Ticket to Ride. Tell me a little bit about your adventures. You've been across North America, you've been up to Alaska. Where are you going next?
Yes, well, we've been traveling around the world for 4 years for me now and 6 years for Roel on motorcycles. And the next part of our journey is taking our bikes from where they're stored in Colombia to the southernmost tip of South America, Ushuaia, Argentina.
Oh my goodness gracious, that sounds like a very long journey.
It will be.
But I say we've chatted about this previously since you and I worked together here, and you said you guys don't go to do it in the shortest amount of time. You try to get the experiences along the way.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, for us, I think with anyone, you leave and you want to travel or you want to go on vacation to see something. Maybe it's a mountain range or a particular type of food in some culture you're interested in. But for us, the journey's really become about connecting with people and what their stories and experiences mean in the grand scheme of things and how it enriches our journey. So if we travel more slowly, we get to meet more people and experience that.
Now, I also saw from the video that there are some rough times along the way too. So
That would be me.
Okay, so tell me a little bit about that then. What are some of the tougher times you guys have seen while doing this?
Road-wise, my little crash in the scissor wheel was in Australia, one of the toughest roads up to the most northern tip, Cape York. It was really deep, loose sand, and well, I think I dropped it a few times, but this one instant I had my camera running, so it was really, really tough.
And you guys actually go through water as well. We saw that in the video too.
We just try to go to places where not everyone else goes, so that means no tarmac and different circumstances.
Yeah, one of the bridges in there, I saw it had holes in it.
And that's the nice thing about the motorcycles. It takes you anywhere. So,
So you guys travel on motorbikes across these continents. How do you pack for something like that? How do you squeeze it all into such a tiny...
I hide things.
It's really like you start off with a lot and you make it smaller and you learn what you need and what you like to have to be comfortable as well, especially for longer periods of time on the road. But yeah, sometimes you leave things, sometimes you get new stuff, and
That's exciting that you guys get to live that way. But how do you make that work, if you don't mind me asking, financially? How are you able to fund trips like this?
Well, we are not trust fund babies. We haven't found, a money tree in the backyard. But basically what we've done is we stop to work every 3 or 4 months for about 3 or 4 months and then keep going. So we'll find work wherever we happen to be. And it's worked out really well. It's really added to the experience. We've gotten to do some jobs we never otherwise would have imagined doing, working in wineries. Roel worked in Harley Davidson in Australia.
For a dive school, that's how we met.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And I've been at SNN this summer working as a reporter, something I never imagined doing, but it's been
but you were fabulous at it.
It's been a wonderful experience. I've learned a lot.
And of course, if people want to be following along with what you're doing, I mean, I'm so interested, and I probably could talk to them for hours about what they do. So how can people who are watching get involved with your travels?
Sure, yeah. We keep a blog, a written blog on mytickettoride.com, and also have all of the social media pages. But what we've really found we enjoy is sharing the beautiful experiences we have with other people who, are maybe following from home, can't travel for one reason or another, or who are planning their own big trip and looking for a little inspiration. So we really enjoy that. And starting this month, we're going to be sending back stories about our journey to SNN to be aired on the news.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we're
Yay!
really excited.
I'm really looking forward to doing all of that.
Thanks.
And you guys, of course, your family is here. Your mother
Yes.
is here, Miss
Yeah.
Nancy O'Neill. And where is your family originally from?
From Holland.
From Holland?
Yes. So yeah, that's been a while. 6 years ago, I left Holland, and just been an amazing lifestyle. And I hope to be doing it for a couple of more years with Azure. So.
And you've got a couple more months to go just going through South America. So again, myticketoride.com, definitely the place to go check it all out. Wishing you guys the best of luck. We'll
Thank
definitely
you.
stay in touch, and thank you for coming on the show today.
Thank you for having
Thank
us.
you, Cassie.
And stay tuned to Suncoast FYI. We'll be right back. That's our show for today, and thanks so much for joining us. If you would like to promote your business or event on Suncoast FYI, we would love to hear from you. Just call our sales department at 941-361-4223. I'm Cassie Knoll, and we'll see you next Friday on Suncoast FYI.